Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. You are logged on to the first of 12 Berry Soil and Nutrient Management webinars, which are sponsored by the Northeast Sustainable Research and Education Program, SARE, and they're hosted by the Cornell University Department of Horticulture and Cornell University Cooperative Extension. My name is Laura McDermott, and today I am acting as the moderator for this webinar, actually in place of Cathy Heidenreich, who is going to be the speaker. I'm just helping her out. I think we can start now with the webinar. I'm going to give you a brief little tour in case you haven't joined us for an Adobe Connect webinar. There are a couple of features that may be slightly different than other webinars that you've attended. In the lower left corner is the links. You can actually link directly to these different websites from this webinar page. We are recording this entire classroom, so if you have questions or the introduction that you're giving of yourself here in the chat box, those will be recorded for future viewing for other people. And certainly you can talk to one another if you have a private comment that is not pertinent perhaps to the webinar. You can actually make that comment by going over to the top right of the chat box and kind of select people to chat with. Probably most of your chats will be pertinent though, and we do hope that you write your comments and questions into the chat box so they'll be recorded. And that's right down here, that long bar underneath is where you type into and then hit the little balloon icon, and that sends it. There are some files, the lower right-hand corner of the digital classroom. There are some files that you can download to your own computer, and you're invited to do that at any point here in the beginning of the class. And then the notes, the agenda, and other thing are in this bar on the pod that's on the right-hand side of the screen. I think, Cathy, I'm hoping that you might be able to help me or give me an idea. Would you like to do the pre-test polls now? I think, is that a yes? Sorry. I think, Cathy, that you would like me to pull the pods on. Is that correct? All right, I think I'm going to go ahead, and we've got some poll questions for people to view, and you can go ahead and answer this. Everyone who's logged on should answer to the best of your knowledge. And if you don't, this is not like an SAT where you make your best guess. If you really don't know, then please just say don't know in all of the questions. That would be really helpful. And yeah, Hillary, you had a question about how to submit your answer. You just go ahead and click it, and it will automatically submit. We had over 60 people sign on for this. We've got quite a large group, and I think we still have a few more people that need to vote, and I'm encouraging you to do that because this is part of the beginning, kind of the threshold knowledge level that we'll be keeping track of as we go forward for the grant. Yes, we are still on question 1, Lee, and I guess most people can have voted, so I'm going to close this. Is that all right, Cathy? All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this one, and then we'll go to the second poll pod. Changes in soil pH by adding sulfur or lime generally take effect, and then just choose, and if you don't know, please again. Yes, I will make the pod wider. And I think we've got most everybody has voted, so we'll close that pod now and open the second one. Thank you very much, folks, for bearing with us, but we do need to do these polls as part of the kind of testing your knowledge here. The best form of nitrogen to apply to blueberries is, and again, if you don't know, please admit that and don't guess. Right, I think we have about everybody there. We have a fair amount of questions, so bear with me. Raspberries often display nutrient deficiency or excess symptoms in the field. True, false, don't know. All right, thank you, folks. We're on number 5, yep. Strawberries should be fertilized in spring before berry set. All right, I think most people have answered question 5. We'll move on to question 6. Optimum soil organic matter content for berry crops is less than 3%, greater than 3%. Soil organic matter is not a critical factor in berry crop production. Don't know or no vote. All right. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Let's go on to question number 7. The best soil for strawberry production is a well-drained sandy loam. All right, excellent. Oh, wait a minute. I think we still got it here. Let me try to close that. All right, this is question number 8. Soil tests attempt to estimate the amount of plant available nutrients in the soil, not the total amount of nutrients in the soil. Is this true or false? Or if you don't know, just let us know. All right, I think that's everyone. Sorry, this is a little cumbersome when I'm opening these. Clays and soils high in organic matter have higher nutrient holding capacity, while sands have a lower nutrient holding capacity. True or false? Okay, I think we have everybody there. Oops, I think I opened the wrong one. Sorry, getting a little. Nutrient levels in berry plant tissue will always mirror nutrient levels found in soil. True or false? And again, thanks for bearing with us, folks. This is just something that we need to do in order to get a pre-test level of all of your levels of information. So thanks. All right, I think we've got everybody there. All right, this is question 11. The recommended pH for bramble plantings, raspberries and blackberries is, and just choose there. Again, for those of you who came on a little bit later, don't guess. If you don't know, just put don't know. All right, thank you very much. We're getting there. It is rare for a single foliar nutrient to be deficient in berry crops. Often multiple deficiencies occur simultaneously. All right, I think we've got everybody's vote there. Best time to collect berry leaves for foliar analysis is all right. I think we have everybody. And that was 13, right? So now we're on 14. Soil tests provide accurate results for all essential mineral nutrients, while foliar analysis does not. True or false? All right, thank you, folks. And I think we're on question 15. Boy, Cathy, I hope you're keeping track of me because I'm losing track of which question we're on. Visual diagnosis of berry crop nutrient problems is accurate and precise. True or false? All right, very good. And that was 15. We are getting very close, folks. The recommended pH levels for strawberry is 4.2 to 4.5, 5.5 to 6.0, 6.0 to 6.5, and 6.5 to 7.0, or don't know. That's a perfectly legitimate answer. All right, I think we have everyone there. We'll go on to question 17. Question 17, a combination of soil testing, tissue analysis, and observation of crop response is the best approach to assessing berry crop nutrient status. True, false, or don't know? Okay, excellent. I'm going to move to question 18. Soil health may be improved by frequent cultivation to improve soil drainage. True or false, or don't know? All right, thank you all for voting. I think we have 2 more pods left, 2 more poll pods. Question 19, characteristics of a healthy soil include good soil tilth, sufficient depth, an excessive supply of nutrients, a small population of microorganisms, or don't know. And you can check all that apply, all that are correct. This will be trickier for me to see if everyone has voted because we've got multiple answers, but when they stop ticking up, that's when we'll close this and we'll go to the last poll. All right, thank you. And for the last pre-test question, soil and leaf samples for testing should be collected in a V-shaped sampling pattern across the entire planting. Just say true, false, or don't know. All right, I think everyone has voted. I thank you for hanging in there with us for that pre-test group of questions. I do want to point out one way that you can always try to get our attention through the chat box, or you can, on the top bar, there's a little icon with a hand up. You can raise your hand and we'll try to make sure that we address whatever your question is. I think I'm going to move us now into the next segment, which is the presentation segment, and introduce Cathy Heidenreich to you. If I can remember how to do that, I'm sorry. And I do want to introduce Cathy Heidenreich. Many of you know Cathy. She is the Cornell University Berry Extension Support Specialist. She was my partner in crime when we were doing a New York Farm Viability Berry Project, and she's a really great person, very dedicated to berry education, and she is standing in for Dr. Marvin Pritz, who is currently flying back from the ASHS meetings in Hawaii. And Cathy will probably be the moderator for many of the webinars upcoming, but she's going to take over the introductory part. And Cathy?
Laura?
Yes?
Oh, I'm really happy. Technology is great when it works, but all during the quiz, my audio was not working. So I'm sorry I couldn't help out.
That's okay. And I think hopefully everybody will be able to hear you. I can hear you just perfectly.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for coming today. I'm very excited about this project. This actually was one of the first successful grant proposals that I've written, and I'm really happy with the response. We have 66 people registered already. If you have other colleagues who would be interested in participating, it's not too late for them. They're more than welcome to attend. If you missed the pre-test, or if you haven't filled out the registration form, when we get to the end, you'll be able to download those in the last screen, and please feel free to email those to me. So today I just want to give you an overview of the project, and we're going to start, I think, with the title, Soil Management and Berry Crops as a Model for Management Education. So our hope was, while providing information on berry crops in terms of soil and nutrient management, that the information that you'll learn and the resources that will become available to you will also be applicable across a wide variety of crops. And so we're very excited about this and very happy that you've joined us. So we're just going to take a quick look at the project itself. There were several issues that we identified in the course of the work that I've done for Dr. Marvin Pritz at Cornell, and one of them is that commercial berry growers in the Northeast traditionally have applied fertilizer based on crop age. So, if the crops are less than a year old, no application in that particular year. If they're 1 year old or 2 years old, a certain poundage of fertilizer is applied, and then as they increase in age, that number probably goes up. So this practice is still very popular today. Some 10 years or more after, commercial berry crop guidelines have shifted to an analysis-based fertilization program, and the testing has become very good and widely available at a very reasonable cost. And then the other issue is that because berry crops are by nature a perennial crop system, adoption of soil health improving practices has also been slow. So on the ag educator multiplier end of it, on your end of it, we discovered that although you're frequently called on to cover multiple commodities or information areas, they often fall outside of your field of expertise, and so it's a struggle to assist commercial berry growers with their soil nutrient problems, and there's no single comprehensive resource for this topic that's available either for you as educators or for growers. So this is an issue that Dr. Pritz and I discussed quite frequently and decided we wanted to try to address, and we want to thank Northeast SARE for funding this project. So it's a 2-year project, and we're hoping to provide in-depth berry crop soil nutrient management training and resources for you, and in turn, you can use these to assist commercial growers. So the first year of the plan, we're going to try to help you build some expertise, and the webinars series is the first phase of that plan, and we're also going to have some case study learning modules on the subject for you. In the meantime, we're also developing resources to be used by you in grower training, and so I'll be sending out to you at some point in the next week or two the link to a beta website that we would like you to look at and use and review, and we would like your input on how we can make that the best resource possible for the job at hand. And then in year 2 of the project, we're hoping that some of you will develop and implement grower training, and we're willing to assist you with that, and that you'll participate some growers to do soil and nutrient testing. And within the Northeast region, we do have funds available through the grant for 50 growers to receive complimentary soil and nutrient testing. If you're outside the Northeast region, there may be some other options, and I'm willing to discuss that with you. So we're hoping that 2 to 3 growers per training event will be participating in testing and then implementing, at least on a portion of their planting, an analysis-based fertilization program. And then we're asking that you might carry out one-on-one consultations with participating growers to discuss results. And we'd like to capture those results and their feedback on it to use to help convince other growers, hopefully, to do the same. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you about the team members and collaborators. The man in the purple shirt on the right is Dr. Marvin Pritz. He's the professor and chair of the horticulture department at Cornell University, and he sends his apologies. He forgot to include the time change, and he thought he would be back in time to do this presentation, and unfortunately he's still in the air somewhere. But his expertise is berry crop production, and in specific soil and nutrient management. And I'm going to be the project coordinator for the project, and I'm also in the Department of Horticulture at Cornell, and my expertise is in berry crop production and pest management. This is a multidisciplinary project, and we were very happy that Dr. Harold Van Ness has agreed to collaborate with us. He's professor and chair of the Department of Crop and Soil Sciences at Cornell. His expertise is soil and water management, and this is a picture of Harold down under in Australia. And Bob Schindelbeck is also a collaborator from the same department. He works very closely with Harold in the soil health testing project that's happening at Cornell University, and his expertise is soil health testing and soil management. We have 4 other team members. Mr. Jeff Miller is one of our team members. He's from Oneida County Cooperative Extension. He's the agriculture issue leader there, and his expertise is in agronomy. Mr. Dan Welch is also a member of our team. He's an extension resource educator with Cayuga County Cooperative Extension, and his field of expertise is farm business management. He's going to be tracking the economics of nutrient management for us. So we'll have a comparison between a calendar-based crop age fertilization plan and plans based on test analysis results. Mario Miranda-Sazzo is another of our team members. He's the tree fruit and berry fruit extension specialist with the Lake Ontario Fruit Team, and his expertise is cultural practices. And you've already met Laura McDermott, our host. She's a regional specialist with the Capital District Vegetable and Fruit Program with Cornell Cooperative Extension. And her expertise is blank, so I'll apologize for that, Laura. Her expertise is in vegetable and berries, small fruits. She also has tree fruit experience. So let's take a little look at you. You were very kind to fill out the demographics survey. Those of you who have not, you'll be able to download it at the end. Please send that back to me by email. As I said before, there are 66 of you, and you're spread across the country and into Canada, as you can see. We have people from Illinois, Massachusetts, Maine, Michigan, New Hampshire, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Wisconsin, Wyoming, West Virginia, and Connecticut. 48 of you are associated with a college or university, 12 are associated with a government agency, 40 involved in extension, 8 are associated with USDA and RCS. 3 of you work with organic production or organic producers, and 7 are associated with other enterprises. And by the way, I didn't include the demographics in terms of age, but I have to say that we all fall in that mid-career category, so we need to be recruiting some younger people to join us. In terms of occupation, they were many. extension and ag educators, professors, instructors, soil conservationists, agronomists and planners, consultants, horticulture research, IPM and extension specialists, scientists, district managers and conservationists, technical advisors, program coordinators, water stewardship and soil conservation technicians, outreach coordinators, program leaders, environmental biologists, and engineers. And apart from the professional expertise fields that I listed on the demographics survey, we have people who are in environmental compliance, consumer horticulture, conservation technology, plant pathology, sustainable agriculture, agronomy, land protection, pesticide education, soil management, and best management practices. So how are we going to measure the success of the project? We've already taken one step toward that in the pre-test that you all participated in, and I thank you for that. And just to warn you, there'll be another test at the end to measure the expertise that's been gained. And then throughout the project and in subsequent years, we're going to monitor the adoption and success of analysis-based berry crop nutrient and soil management by the commercial growers who participate in the project. So our final goal then is to have 50 educators participate in the training to expand their expertise, and of those, that 15 will develop and deliver some sort of an outreach program on the same to 150 berry growers who manage approximately 750 acres of berry crops. And then we're hoping that 50 of those growers will participate in preliminary soil and nutrient and or soil health testing, and then receive one-on-one assistance with the interpretation of the results, and then implement that on farm. Okay, are there any questions?
If there are no more questions, I think we can move into the final, just the kind of the exit, and make sure, please, to notice that there are the links that you might be interested in checking out. There are all these intro files, and Cathy, apparently my little cursor was showing so people could actually see what I was voting on, so you'll see where my challenges lie in my responses. And were there post-poll questions for this segment, or is that at the very end?
No, Laura, that's going to be at the end.
Excellent, good. I do want to make sure that everybody knows that next week, a week from today at the same time, our topic will be Introduction to Soil Management, and we'll be talking about soil types, accessing soil surveys, physical properties of soil, etc. That webinar will be led by Dr. Harold Van Ness, and I think that's it for today. Cathy, I probably have forgotten something, so please jump in if I have forgotten anything.
I just wanted to point out that all of these webinars are being recorded, and you'll be able to view them if you miss one or review them by going to the website. So if you look in the links box on the bottom left of your screen, you'll see Soil and Nutrient Management Webinar Archive. If you click on that and then the Browse To button, it will take you to that page. I'll try to have these posted by Monday or Tuesday of the week following the webinar. Please don't share that link with anyone else. It's a beta website right now, and once all of the webinars are completed and recorded, everyone will have public access to those.
So hopefully now that everyone knows the targets and understands what we are hoping, maybe people will start formulating in your head how you can use this information to do outreach, if that's part of your job description. Please plan on having probably twice as long, or even an hour and 15 minutes webinar next week. We expect that that's how long the presentations will be. And thank you very much for joining us. It is sure to be a great series of informational webinars. Have a great weekend.
I see there are a few questions. Hillary asked about a list of subjects that will be covered. If you download the webinar schedule in the file box on the right, you'll be able to get all of the topics. The dates are also there. Please feel free to invite any of your colleagues who you think might be interested in the program to join us. And if you haven't completed the demographics questionnaire, please do that. See you next week.